Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are down back by ringside. And we said the cruiserweights are opening the show, and they are going to be closing the show. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. And well, ladies and gentlemen, we got New York's own Erek, Hale. Erek Hale has made an impact in the cruiserweight division, defeating two of the up-and-coming cruiserweights, in Tyler Wolf and El Rojo. He's gotten a shot for the #1 contendership for the next pay-per-view, which is Last Stance. Erek Hale wants to prove to everyone that he is the heart and soul of XWW. We have many people here that think they're the heart and soul, but Erek Hale, he's on a whole new level. Now we wait for his opponent, Richard Knight. Richard Knight, he's one fast man. Don't let his size confuse you. He's got the kicks, he's got the speed, he's got the strategy. Different look for Richard Knight here. We haven't really seen before.
Sink my soul till it's out of reach. Oh, they're gonna make that fade. Heaven's gate, it's a losing game. Oh, the killer did a good on me. Picking up the smoke till it's hard to breathe. They're like the static on the record, but the record ain't breaking me. No.
We're about to get this match started here, ladies and gentlemen, as both men are ready and the ref rings the bell. Well, both of these men start off with a good lockup. Richard taking the back. Erek gonna swing around. Got him in the same position. Richard might be in trouble. No, Richard gets him in a headlock. Both these men going back and forth with this tie-up here. And now Erek dropping him down with the headlock. Or kind of copying Richard a little bit. Kind of using his tactics against him, which is a smart idea. But Richard catching on. Locking up the legs tighter, but Erek still fighting out of it. Is now Richard trying to do anything he can to just shake Erek off. This is what I'm talking about. Erek, he's a smart cruiserweight. He's a smart man. He can be a little cocky, but he's definitely a resilient person. And now Richard gonna line up with a suplex. And now lifting him up on his back. Erek could be in trouble here. Now going to go up high risk. Not the smartest idea, especially this early in the match. And here comes Richard to get caught from the side slam from Erek. And is the ref going to go for a pin? 1-2. No, not even a 2 count. And now here comes Erek. A huge jumping, flipping hurricanrana. This is what I'm talking about. This is the cruiserweight division. Not even a 1 count from Richard. Erek can't even believe that. And now Erek Irish into the ropes, trying to go for something, but Richard reversing with that draw breaker there. Running back into the ropes with that huge neck breaker. And now Richard going up, high risk. This is what I'm talking about. You don't want to go up there too early. That's what I'm talking about. You gotta, and we're almost getting out of the way for that. Whatever Erek was trying to go for there, it looked like Richard kind of sidestepped it a little bit, or side-sat it a little bit. And Erek missed, and now both men going back and forth. And here comes Erek with that huge kick. Oh my God, did you hear that? That standing, twisting moonsault and a springboard shooting star press. This is what I'm talking about. If you want to prove you're worthy, to prove what you got, what it takes, you're going to have to go through a war. And I think that's what Erek's ready to do. Richard, taking these risks, but he's still taking the fight to Erek with that knee, the temple, and the discus clothesline. Is this going to be enough to put away Richard? 1, 2, not enough. And now, lifting Richard up on one knee. That huge enziguri may have taken Richard's head off. 1, 2, not enough to put away Richard, and Erek can't believe it. This is what we're talking about. If you want to prove that you're the best cruiserweight or any other weight class, which division you're in, you're going to have to go through a war tonight. And here comes Richard, knee to the gut, swinging him to the other side, a knee to the gut, and almost running over the ref with a Russian leg sweep to Erek Hale. And here comes Richard. Elbow drop. Is this going to be enough? 1, 2, not enough. And now, a huge spine buster. He might have just cracked Erek's back there. Sounded like it hurt. 1, 2. Only 2.5. Ladies and gentlemen, let me remind you, this is no ordinary ring. For tonight only, we want to see how tough our superstars are. So in the middle of the ring is a carbon fiber mat. Then it gets even worse, because there's a little slim of steel plating. And then on the apron, on the very outside, is very thin padding. It's like less than an inch of padding. Seth Sabin wanted to see how tough everybody can. He wants to see who can bring it, who truly is the heart and soul of the company, who truly has what it takes. And honestly, it gives you more of a choice to hurt your opponents as well. Richard just taking it to Erek. Richard now gonna look to fly, and here comes Richard, clothesline to the outside, and now he's looking to fly. Here, is he gonna connect? And he does. Tope Suicida. This is what we're talking about, the cruiserweight division, willing to risk it all. They say they don't have any limits, and I can believe it right there and then, as he hit that Tope Suicida. 10 out of 10. And here comes Richard Knight. Gonna go for a pin, smart idea. May have knocked out Erek with that 1, 2, not enough. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to want to miss tonight. It's the first time ever Cruiserweight Championship is defended in the main event ever in XWW history. Also, first ever in XWW history, Women's 7v7. Yes, you heard me right. 14 women will face each other in a team of 7 to win the match. 2, not enough. But there's more to that. The end of this 7v7s, we will hear from Seth Sabin on what exactly the winner of those two teams win. So the winner of the women's 7v7 and the winner of the men's 7v7. Punches to the forehead, that following up with that devastating clothesline to Erek Hale. Erek Hale trying to go for something, but Erek Hale moving out of the way. And those kicks, those punches, just taking it to Richard now. Needed a jaw. And now here comes Erek Hale. That front flip hurricane, we saw that earlier in the match. Is this going to be enough to put away Richard? 1, 2. Not enough. And now another hurricane. And now Erek going to go up. Gonna go high risk here. Calling up Richard. And so, oh no, getting down. Springboard forearm, and a beautiful forearm, I may add on that. 10 out of 10. 1, 2. Is this enough to knock out Richard? No, barely able to get the shoulder up. And now it looks like Erek might try to finish up Richard here, trying to go for something. Catching him in that submission hold, working on the back of Richard Knight. And now Richard trying to fight out of it. You gotta think, if he can defeat the #1 contender here tonight, that match might turn into a triple threat. And huge clothesline, almost knocking off Erek's head. 1, 2. Able to get his foot on the ropes. Richard can't believe it. This is what I'm talking about, ladies and gentlemen. Erek knows how to use his surroundings. He's called the heart and soul of many companies for a reason. Irish whip into the ropes with that huge spine buster from Richard Knight. And now, gonna go for something here. Trying to bouncing off the ropes with that huge neck breaker. And now gonna set up for called this the night's ending, but no, Erek reversing. And now Erek calling him up. Both these men trying to do whatever it takes. That huge maneuver there for Erek Hale, that's gotta be it. Good night. 1, 2, not enough. Richard able to get out just in time, but you gotta think now it's gonna be harder for Richard to come back, because, well, you can see that cut on the top of Richard's head. They're trying to go for the knee. Richard moving out of the way, and now Richard calls this the night's ending. That's it. Count to 100. 1, 2, not enough. Erek able to get his shoulder up just in time. Trying to go for something here. Neck breaker from Richard. Going up, maybe for the last time. Is this going to be enough to put away Richard Knight? Trying to go for an elbow drop. No. And here comes Erek. They're trying to lift up Richard. Bouncing him off the ropes. That huge knee, did you hear that? That's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3. Good night. Well, ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this match, Erek Hale. We take a few replays. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back after this commercial break.